Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you the very best tier list here inside of Sailor Piace on Roblox. So this is going to be the best guide overall, best tier list. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. By the way, if you do want to be entered in my Game Pass giveaway or any of these items in the shop, all you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and do make sure you hype this video. I will be choosing a winner in 7 days, so please do make sure to hurry up. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right in this video. So we're going to start off with a low tier, all of the different low tier rankings. So the first one we're going to give is going to be Darkblade. Darkblade is fine for beginners, but when it comes to late game DPS, it just isn't that, it's just not that good. So overall, Darkblade is not super good to use. It's up to you though. Obviously that's like a low tier ranking. Secondly, next on the ranking, Saber, sorry, we have Saber next on the list. Saber is actually one of the best early game weapons, but once you get into mid and late game, the damage isn't really that good anymore, so you can kind of head on to the next weapon. After that is Yuji. Yuji is a Saber. Yuji and Saber are pretty much interchangeable, so you can basically use either or because they're both really good. Then we have Gojo V1. Decent abilities, decent damage, but again, it's not like insane. At the top of this tier list, we have Sukena V1. This is not the meta, but is definitely stronger than others. All right, now let's get into mid tier because I know a lot of you guys are probably mid tier in the game and kind of just wanting to know what the mid tier rankings are. So let's kind of talk about mid tier. So moving on to mid tier, first up we have the Sun Jin Woo V1. This is solid damage and is very good. Above that we have Kinshi, which is really good, and then at the very top of that we have Aizen V1, which are where the damage kind of starts getting very strong. So that's kind of recommended if you're going to try to use that. All right, the next thing is the sub meta. So this is going to be the next rank up. So if you're wanting a little bit higher than mid game, this is going to be a little bit higher than mid game. These are very strong options, but they still aren't the best in the game. First we have Aicho or Aikago. I really don't know how to say that, I'm gonna be honest. Then we have the limited spec after, which you can try that one yourself. And then we have limited Mocha. I don't know how to say that. It's Mocka, Mocha. And at the very top of this tier list, we have Sid Kajin, which is extremely strong abilities if used correctly. By the way, I will have timestamps down in the description below for each one. That way, in case I'm mispronouncing them, you know which one I'm talking about. Then we have the next rank, which is going to be slightly above the other ones. We have Ramira. Then we have Anos. Then that we have the strongest of today. Then we have the strongest in history. And at the very top, we have Gilgamesh. So basically try to use Gilgamesh if possible because it's very good. Gilgamesh has crazy damage potential, and if you use it correctly, it will destroy most enemies in the game. All right, now we're getting to almost the top tier in the game, and that's going to be pretty much the best DPS in Sailor Piace right now. First, we have Virgil. So that has really high DPS and damage. Then we have Cartia, which is also very good. But then finally at the top of, like, I would say the A tier is going to be True Aizen. The specs and damage are ridiculous on this and can dominate pretty much everyone in the game. Just keep in mind that some placements can change kind of depending on your build and whether you're running weapon builds or spec builds. But overall, yeah, that's definitely the highest on the Supreme tier list. This is like S tier. Very good. Now, these are going to be how you would use each weapon and kind of like a little brief overview before I end this video. So beginner options, use Darkblade. It's really good. It's straightforward. Then you can go to Saber. Mid game, you can use Aikigo, Shinshi, or Sid Kagenu. These specs will help you progress pretty far through the game. Now, if you're going for AFK farming, you could probably use Mocha, then True Aizen, and then the strongest in history, then Anos, and at the very top, Quake. Quake is the best ability for AFK farming right now. Then if you're looking for best boss killers, I would say Eskunar, Soonjun V2, Virgil or Virgil, and then True Aizen. And at the very top again, Carta. Carta absolutely will destroy bosses, so I would recommend using that. Then for best dungeons, I would recommend Anos, True Aizen, or Rimuru, and then Gojo. Gojo is amazing because his domain covers the entire dungeon. And then yeah, the best overall specs are going to be Virgil, Anos, Cartia, Gilgamesh, and probably True Aizen V2. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.